Good morning, Nuggets. It is your favorite TT with Divine Me 1111 Tarot and Spiritual Guidance. Um, y'all know I don't pop up on here very often, but when I am led to by Spirit and God gives me the unction to speak, that's what I do. So, hello and welcome, and thank you for rocking with me last year and bearing with my growth. And I am going to do my very best to get on here a little bit more often and share some stuff with you all. This New Year's energy and this moon and whatnot has been really transformative for me. And I also feel that it has been for a lot of you in the collective. So today I have been guided to do some updates with the twin flame energy. I know that me personally, my dynamic has changed and my focus has changed with this energy from the new moon cycle and New Year's and closing out stuff and all that. So let's see what is on the horizon for us and what's going on. Whatever spirit gives me, that's what I'm going to give to you all. So let's just see what's going on, Nuggets. Oh, if you want to book a personal reading, I do those. Social media is Divine Me 1111 Spiritual Guidance, and my email is I'm gonna get another one, but for right now, it's my personal email because that's what I can function with. cvthompson79 at gmail. Okay, all right, and you might hear Uncle Charlie in the background. Don't worry about that. We vibing. And yes, that's Uncle Charlie and not me. I don't own any rights. I'm just vibing. Okay? Okay. I have been just really spirit twirling. And for me, spirit twirling is getting downloads and getting in a very high vibration and really understanding and grounding what I'm getting and what I'm seeing. So I think that has been going on with a lot of the feminines. Of course, this newness has brought in some stuff that needed to be healed, of course, and let go of and walked away from, and no more, going back and forth and juggling. Things have been getting to a place where they are more balanced and more harmonious and more coming into alignment with what not what it's supposed to be, but what it is that we truly will and want it to be. It's that happy life, happy, you know, abundant, not just happy, but abundant, and not only abundant in material, but well rounded and abundant all the way around. Just, deep depth of emotion for all of us. So, the energies may go back and forth between masculine and feminine. I do want you all to just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Some things I say may trigger you, and it is my intention, but not my intention to harm, but to heal. There's a lot of that wounded warrior that worry and confusion going on that needs to be clear. It's time. It's going to happen whether you want it to or not, whether you're ready for it or not. It is Spirit is telling us to soldier up because things are going to happen. But the thing is since these things are going to happen and we foresee it and we know it, we can prepare ourselves for it. Change is inevitable. Period. It is time to focus ourselves on what we do have and be in gratitude for the things that we do have, for the things that do serve us. Some of us have decided to walk towards our destiny and release anything that is not for our highest good, anything that is not for the best. And a lot of that, I'm not, you know, a lot of that is our own thoughts. A lot of that is our own thinking about what we perceive is happening. So it's a closeout. It is seriously a closeout for what is not working. Um, and this is a big, big epiphany for a lot of us that we're not um, we're not being grateful for what it is that we have right in front of us, what's being presented right in front of us. So since we don't have um, that perspective, we we're not seeing what divine truly is putting in front of us. We're juggling this back and forth. This it's a need to not be of two minds because it really is when it's not even a question of what it is I'm juggling. It's a reflection. We are energetically reflecting with everybody we come in contact with, and it's time to see things from a compassionate point of view. um not be so stiff and rigid in what is being presented before us, listening to our higher. A lot of what both counterparts are doing is we're finally listening to the higher self. We're finally saying, okay, let me surrender to what God is saying and sit myself down so that I can get on my path and get grounded in that path, not just having the desire to do something, but actually putting your feet to the pavement and going forward in that. For some of you, there is this need for introspection, and that's what's coming up is that need to heal the thought process of what's really going on and to graduate from that. Graduate from thinking small. Expand your consciousness, expand your thinking. Allow things to change. Allow the tower. Don't resist it. Let that is not built on solid ground, that is built on sinking sand, let it go. Let it go. It's done. It's done. But there's so much more on the other side. There's everything. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. So once you let it go and really truly allow the thing to have its completion, there's the sun, there's abundance, and there's victory, there's self satisfaction, there's an abundance of love for yourself that you didn't even know. And that's the success, is when you are truly able to be free in being exactly who you are. That's when you shine. That's when you beam. That's when there's this, fuck out of here attitude, but it's not an arrogant one. It is one of achievement within yourself, that you know that no matter what, God got you and you got yourself. And when you get to that point of oneness with your divine, that's when you can have your oneness with your counterpart. Whew. Okay. Let's see what it is that we need to do to get to this success and this achievement. What actions on the ground we need to take to move forward from this turbulent energy of back and forth to something that is more on our own terms. Know your worth. Hold the connection, of course. Hold the space for the connection. But in knowing your worth and knowing who you are and what you bring to this world, not just this connection, but what you bring to the world. That is your sense of value, is just being exactly who you are in the skin that you were given and doing it to 10. Um, there may be an apology coming, a small recognition of exactly what it was that was going on, the depth of what was going on, and the need to release the attachment to the physical world and needing to release the attachment to the need for anything physical around you. It's learning to detach but still hold space and still hold love. And I'm not in this part, I'm not only speaking of the twin flame connection, or twin soul connection. I'm speaking of every connection around you, everything around you that you are afraid to lose, you have an attachment to. And When you hold fear, ooh, when you hold fear, nothing can come from it but more fear. But when you release it and know that there is balance, know that there is a divine who is bringing light to you, bringing you this inspiration to let things go that don't hold a don't if it doesn't hold a good vibration, let this shit go. Basically, if it is vexing your spirit, if it vexes your soul, if it's not pleasant and doesn't give you a good vibe, it's time. It's just let it go. Move quickly away from it. Quickly, unapologetically, because right now it is all about manifesting, and you don't want to manifest anything from a low vibration. We don't want to sow that type of energy into what we want to see the rest of this year and beyond. And it's just time to get some true grounded perspective on what it is that you want, what it is that you want your exterior life to say to the world, but also put out the energy that you want to see come back to you. It is always an energetic flow, as you know have, if you've ever seen, and I'm sure you have, you've seen the infinity sign on the strength card, on the magician card. That infinity sign, which means, if I'm thinking about that strength and the magician, you are strong enough and you have the ability and the everything that you need to succeed and go forward and change yourself, change your environment, change your thinking. Get the epiphany that everything you need is already at your hands. You just have to get on a vibrational frequency of what it is you want. I'm not just talking to you all, I'm talking to me as well, because when I get these are things that I'm thinking to myself I have to implement more of. So, let's see what it is that our, because I'm nosy and I usually don't do these kinds of readings because it's not my business. I don't feel it is my business to really get into what's going on with my masculine and his situation, but I am going to see what his thoughts are. So let's see what that is. He's hurt, and not just it's not a physical hurt. It is a mental head twirl. So masculines, stop head twirling. That's it. That's all. Just simple as that. Stop head twirling. You're not trapped. I don't care if you are in a situation that you don't want to be in. You're not trapped. Physically, you may not be able to move yet, but mentally, your mind is free. Your mind is free to create what it is that you want to see on this earth. So figure it out. Okay. What is masculine thinking? Okay. So, Sir knows that he is the magician. And he knows that right now he is not traditional. The traditional, that's funny. The traditional Seven of Swords is deception and deceit, but I'm using the African American Tarot. I'm not sure of the creator of who it is right now. I don't have the box in front of me. But in this particular deck, there is a baboon with a face mask on, and the face mask is on backwards so that he can take a drink from the river. And sitting behind him is a confused lion, very, very confused lion. So this deck, it says to me that masculine is one of two things in this, take it as it resonates. Some masculines could be hiding that he has a mask on, but the mask is not to it's not towards his feminine. It's not towards his depth and his emotions. It's not towards um it's not towards where he gets his water. His mask is towards this lion, this person, this thing, this entity that is behind him, that is really there to try to devour him. But he has a mask on to confuse his enemy. So, okay, whatever he thinks that is, okay. Others are still in a space of not listening to the whole, they're still not wanting to see the connection. They're still just indulging for themselves and trying to confuse others, but really is confusing himself because he's still wearing a mask and not showing himself, whether he's doing it for the purpose of protection or for the purpose of just being deceptive. It's and selfish. It's about him. So some masculines are still sitting in that space. Um, but there there's clarity and knowing and a laying down of the sword that's coming. He's going to lay down the truth finally with within himself, but he's going to want to live this truth. He's going to want to adorn himself in this so that his feminine knows his emotions. And he's going to come in kind of fast. He's going to come in kind of fast, and it's going to be something that you're not expecting, but um this may be a rough truth, but it's going to bring in victory. It's going to bring in a sense of accomplishment and a sense of sitting in his truth and finally being on his path. So that is what I have for the masculines. Ladies, my feminines, I in no way mean any specific gender. That's not gender specific. energetically is what I'm speaking of. Let's see what it is that our actions that we need to take moving forward. Um, and then I'm going to close this out. Ladies, no more hurt. Hurt and or thing is done. It's you're manifesting. Oh my gosh. So you're manifesting your 10 of Cups come hell or high water. It is what it is. Ace of Swords, cutting and chopping. And this is going to be a surprise not only for your masculine, but for you as well. It's going to open up the floodgates. And you're going to need to be as grounded on the ground. You need to elevate yourself to a place in God where you are completely unfuckwithable, completely grounded and moving forward and on your path in your knowing. No longer, not seeing things from the perspective of growth, and it is what it is. What in front of me, what I see is what is going to be. So ground what you're getting, ground this perspective, ground this energy, and then you can take off. You can release yourself. You can spread your wings. And then you can allow God to change your entire world. Change your entire world, change your entire thinking about what's happened to you to this point. You can tame the beast. You can tame the beast. And the beast to you is whatever it is you think it is. But it's whatever it is that is trying to grab hold of you and keep you from growing, keep you from being in your highest perspective, in your highest light. So, my lovelies, this was really, it was really illuminating for me. Be prepared for anything at this point, because right now it's a lot of shifting going on, and there's absolute victory in what you know. Trust what you know. Trust what you know to the point where there's no other alternative. Okay? So I love you all. I send you all love, healing, light. I ask that divine bless you beyond measure. 2019 is going to be an awesome year. There are going to be mountains climbed, conquered, and overcome, and there's going to be so much building. It's going to be amazing. So, drink lots of water, feed your spirit animals, and love each other. I cannot emphasize that enough. Love each other. Love yourself, but love each other. Do you to 10 nuggets. Again, if you need to get in contact with me, CV Thompson79 at Gmail. That is also my PayPal. I have Cash App. If you want to book a reading, we can go ahead and get that start. And I love you and I thank you again for your time. Let's make this happen, Cappins.